Welcome to my exhibition, which will deal with the emancipation of African Americans over time by presenting 3 works of art made by them. Let's start with this Clementine Hunter quilt called Melrose quilt, but first I will briefly introduce the artist to you because it is a very important element. Clementine Hunter is the daughter of a slave, so she has all the legacy of the pain of slavery from these parents. When she was 12, she went to Melrose Plantation where she worked as a cotton picker. She was not a slave because she was born in 1886. Remember that slavery was abolished in the United States in 1865. For Clementine Hunter, it was essential to tell through art the themes of the life of African American, which were often overlooked. Indeed, this is what she did with this work, made in 1960 in fabric. You can see the building of the Melrose Plantation, which is a part of the historical heritage of African Americans. Very colorful fabrics are used, with very varied patterns. It is a very personal work, which deviates radically from the style of European culture. If I choose to present this quilt to you, it's because it testifies to slave heritage of an African American artist. The story of the artist is also very interesting because she wants to shed light on the culture and life scenes of African Americans after slavery. This period, after the abolition of slavery, corresponds to the beginning of the emancipation of the African Americans. Let's continue the visit with this painting by Purvis Young, The Struggle. Purvis Young is an African American artist from the Overtown neighborhood of Miami. He used to paint in the street, on wood for example. He painted The Struggle in 1973 in acrylic on wood. The painting represents a city and its street where tensions take place. The very present red color recalls blood and conflict, therefore we think of the Civil War. In addition, we can see 2 figures fighting in the center of the painting, and the disorder of the elements also make us think about a conflict or a war. I choose to present this work to you because it caught my attention. Indeed, it is a creative painting with a strong message. It is a testimony of the American Civil War that can be considered as the most important event in the United States. This event will allow the emancipation of African Americans, as we will see with the last work of my exhibition. To conclude, I will present to you the last artwork, The Guardian by Early Arnold Jr. It is a photograph which was taken in 1990. But first, let's talk about the artist. Early Arnold Jr. was born in Mississippi and now lives in Houston. He used to photograph scenes from the life of African American community. Here, we can see a father hugging his daughter, and they are African American. The father looks into distance while the little girl looks at the camera lens. Immediately, we notice that the man is well dressed with a fur coat, sunglasses and a glove. But if I choose to end with this photograph, it is because of the message it gives off. Indeed, the flag that we can see in the background suggests the father transmits a sense of community and a patriotic pride to his daughter. He is proud to be an American, proud of his history, proud of his country. In this way, we can see that African American community has succeeded in emancipating itself in the United States after having suffered slavery and a period of intense struggle. Thank you for listening to my mini exhibition about the African American empowerment over time. I selected 3 works corresponding to 3 different steps of their history in the United States, and these works are very different. And the first is made of fabric, the second is acrylic, and the last one is a photo. In addition, the styles used are very varied. I hope you enjoy it and see you soon for a new exhibition.